Philadelphia, different places. We're expecting at least 200 devotees from different temples. It's going to be a crowd. You may have the people, visitors, with information on whatever they need. Everything we have a website. It's called Evergreen. If anybody needs an hotel, free budget hotel, they can go to my website and we can see it there. Also there. So Friday, January 2nd, 7th, 9th, Harinam in Coconut. Saturday, January 3rd, from 1 to 3rd, and 1 to 3 p.m. Harinam in Miami Beach. That will depend on the quantity of devotees wherever we come from different temples to join in these programs. Then on Saturday, January 7th and 9th, here in the temple, we will have Kirtan Mela. It's going to be already 4 or 5 Kirtanias, and they will be singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra from 7 to 9. And then Sunday, 11 to 4 p.m., Ratriyatra Namaskar Parade. We can meet here in the temple, but then we'll be going with Jagannath Ratriyatra and Namaskar Parade, Commodore Plaza. That is the place where we assemble with our Ratriyatra cars.
The screen, I can't hear.
We are expecting this festival is 10,000 people coming, mostly local people, and also we got people from tourists all over. So this will be from 11 p.m. to the Ratriyatra will end by 4, and we will have a Prashana here, and the Sunday feast also will be here, and that will be the whole program, 6 to 9, Sunday feast. So 4 o'clock, the Ratriyatra is over, then start the Sunday feast program. So this is going to be an intense program. We're waiting for a lot of people, and I thought you would finally participate in this program. The Prabhu started his Ratriyatra when he was 5 years old. And he was very enthusiastic to start Ratriyatra also in San Francisco in 1967. So this is one of the main items of Prabhupada. Prabhupada liked very much this Ratriyatra festival, so I hope you enjoy and get the benefit of Jagannath Ratriyatra Mahamotsava ki. Haribol.
Somebody can say sit on the wall because some Christian church. Otherwise, there are chairs. And we should
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Prayayana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Ora Premanande Hari Hari. Well, I think we don't have a Mac. Okay. So I'm being told that somebody got the wrong telephone. Who is Prabhu? Somebody got his telephone, he put it on the window, maybe somebody took it to the wrong telephone. By mistake, he took the wrong cell phone. Somebody. Maybe you can give your phone number to somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, okay, gracias.
Technology is not working. This is way too high for me. Well, now. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming, everyone. Just really heavy mind. Thank you for coming. Is there anybody coming for the first time? Anybody who's coming for the first time? Thank you very much for coming. And anybody coming for the last time? Be somebody saying, I'm not going there anymore. Okay, thank you for coming here anyway. Today, as you know, next week, next Sunday, we're going to have the Ratrayatra festival. And I want to take advantage of this moment to express my thanks to Jayadwaya Prabhu. He's the one who's making all the arrangements. So please, thank you very much. He's a very old disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he has taken upon himself the service of having Rathayatra festival here in Miami. This is not the first time. This is like fourth time, fifth time? Fourth time. Okay, so I want to say a few words about the significance of the Rathayatra festival for our Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. Ratha means chariot, and Yatra means festival of the chariots. So, first we need to know, because this festival, we take Lord Jagannath, we have on the right side of the altar, those three forms. And those three forms, Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, we put them on a chariot, and we move them around town. So this is a very old festival. But first I would like to speak a little bit for those who are more or less new. Thank you very much. For those who are not very familiar with the festival, who is Lord Jagannath? Of course, I'm going to speak very briefly because we can be speaking like 27 hours without stopping about everything related to Hatha Yatra, Jagannath, etc. But I'm going to be very brief. Hopefully, I will have enough time. So, for people who come for the first time to our temple, it is a fact that the form of Lord Jagannath is somewhat peculiar. No? Oh, what is that? I remember the first time that I went to Krishna temple, I saw a Lord Jagannath form, and I was, wow, what is that? What is big eyes? You expect some more or less like in our Christian tradition, no? Murtis or deities, they have human form, anthropomorphic form. And when you see Lord Jagannath, he doesn't fit in your frame of form, no? And when you are told that that's Krishna, you say, what? That's weird. Isn't it? So there are at least, as far as I know, three stories about how Lord Jagannath appeared. I'm going to be very quick, hopefully. The first one, the oldest one, is there was a king. His name was Indradyumna. He was looking for a form of Krishna, a deity of Krishna. His name was Nilakanta, the blue throat, Nilakanta. So he was looking for this deity for many years, and after quite a lot of effort, finally somebody came to his door. A person who carved deities, who made deities, say, okay, I'm cutting some other aspect, but I'm trying to synthesize. I'm going to carve this Nilakanta deity for you, but with one condition. What is the condition? You're going to lock me up inside a room. I'm going to be working by myself, and you cannot open the door. Okay? The moment you open the door, I stop. I leave it like that. Okay? So he started to work because they found 3 logs of wood floating in the ocean, and they were brought for the person to give shape to the deity. And he was working there, but this king, Indradyumna, he was a very great devotee. He was feeling separation from this deity, Nilakanta. He wanted to see the beauty of it. He had been told that this deity is very beautiful. So every day he was hearing this person working on the other side of the door in the room, king, 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 pam, 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 day after day. And with every kick, his bhava, his emotion, were increasing. He's working on it, I want to see it. Think about when you were a child and your mother were cooking something and you were smelling like, I want to try it, isn't it? And when your mother bought some toys and the toys were inside the packet, your mother was opening the packet, I want to. So that was the emotion of Indradyumna. This is called Viraha Bhava, feeling of separation. I want to see. So, but this person took a while, took a long time, and one day there was no more king, pop, 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 pop. I said, the person is not working anymore. What's going on? So he could not hold his emotion, and he broke through the door. So he broke through the door, and the person said, "What? We have an agreement. The very moment you come, I will stop working." So, but King Indradyumna was like in shock, looking at those deities so different with big eyes, and he realized that they have no arms, they have no legs. No, but practically the whole members are shrunk into their trunk. But that is, so when he was going to ask this person, he was gone. He disappeared. So he was looking at the deities so different, and that night he has a dream. And the deities told him, don't think I am incomplete. That's the way I am. You may see that I have no legs, no arms, but with my arms I can hold the whole universe. I can grab the whole universe. So what I want you is to adorn my body, because my body is apparently not complete. I want you to adorn me. So I want you to put hands of gold on my You are God, you are a king, and put hands and put different adorns of myself. However, you should know that I am the adornment of all the adorns. Yo soy el adorno de todos los adornos. I am the adorn of all them. So from that moment on, those deities exist, and they are eternally worshipped in this Sankashetra Jagannath Puri. So the next story is more recent. It's about 5,000 years old. This story goes that once Krishna was in Dwaraka. They are all related, different forms in which Lord Jagannath appears in this world. Krishna was in Dwaraka. We know that once he left Vrindavana, when he left Vrindavana, he plunged all the inhabitants of Vrindavana in an ocean of anguish. They were anguish, suffering from viraha bhava, feeling of separation. And he went to Dwaraka. He went to Dwaraka, and once when he was in Dwaraka with his brother Balaram, and his sister Subhadra, once Rohini, the mother of Balaram, just like Krishna's mother is Yashoda, Balaram's mother is Rohini. She was there in Dwaraka also. And the inhabitant of Vrindavan, they asked Rohini, why you don't tell us about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavana? Because everybody talks about Krishna in Vrindavana, and when Krishna is sleeping, that's the Krishna's queen were asking her. When Krishna is sleeping, he's saying the names of his friends in Vrindavan. When he's sleeping, he's saying Gopi, Gopi, Radha, Madhu Mangala, calling his names his friends in Vrindavan. And we give him all our love. But instead of thinking about us, instead of thinking of calling our name, he called the names of Yashoda, Nanda, Radha, Gopi, Chandravali, Madhu Manga, Guru Manga, all his friends. So what is there that Krishna loves so much in Vrindavan? We have heard about his leelas in Vrindavan. We want to hear. So, and Rohini told him, okay, I will tell you about some leelas of Krishna in Vrindavan, but somebody have to be at the door. Why? Because whenever you speak Krishna leela, Krishna cannot tolerate, be away from it, and immediately he comes running from wherever he is. So, but I don't want to say this in front of him. He may be feeling shy. So somebody stay at the door, and when you see Krishna and Balaram coming, please you let me know, and I will stop. So somebody stood at the door, and Rohini began talking about Krishna Lila, Vrindavan Lila. So, but what happened? Somewhere Krishna is in his own palace in Vrindavan, Balaram, Subhadra, they were feeling something inside. Something is going on that I want to be there. I want to see. And they realized that Rohini was talking about the Leelas in Vrindavan. And they missed these Leelas so much, they missed the inhabitant of Vrindavan so much, that immediately they ran to the place where Rohini was talking about Krishna Leela. But the person that was at the door, guess what? They were paying attention also to Rohini. They were paying attention. They were hearing it. See, imagine Krishna Leela being narrated by an eternal associate of Krishna. It's very attractive. It's very sweet. That's actually the way Srimad Bhagavatam starts. It's Nigama Kalpa Tarol Galitam Palan Sukha Mukha Amrita Drava Sanyutam. Because this Srimad Bhagavatam came from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, it became even sweeter. Because he said it is like when a parrot eats a fruit, it is said that fruit becomes even sweeter. So when this Leela came from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami, this Bhagavatam became even more relatable. So the person were paying attention to Rohini, and Krishna got there, Balaram got there, Subhadra got there, and guess what? Immediately they began to feel viraha bhava, feeling of separation. And their body, it was so intense, those feelings, that their body began to melt. This is Krishna Lila. The arms began to shrink inside their bodies, the legs disappeared, the head went down, the eyes became big, isn't it? They were experiencing all the symptoms of what is called Satvika Vikara. Ashrukampa Pulaka, Vaivanya, Swaravanga, Stamba Pralaya, tears, Ashrukampa, shaking, Pulaka, the hair was standing on end, Shweda, sweating, Swaravanga, changing color, Stamba, getting like, you cannot move, Pralaya, losing consciousness. And their body was completely transformed. At that time, Narada Muni came and he saw those bodies. He saw those forms. Right? Actually, Krishna also says that to Narada. Nahantishtani Vaikunte Yoginandrida Yeshuva. Oh Narada, I am Nahantishtani Vaikunta, I am not in Vaikunta. Yoginandrida Yeshuva, I am not also in the heart in the yogis, I am not there. Tatradishtani Narada, where am I? Narada, where am I? Tatragayanti Mam Bhakta, I am in that place where my devotees chant my glories. So that's why Krishna could not resist. So when Narada saw these deities, he said, I want those forms. I want to see them again. I saw it, and I want everybody to see it. I want to see those deities again. They cannot disappear. Of course, when Krishna saw Narada Muni, he went back to his original form. He said, but no, you cannot hide it. I want those forms to be worshipped in Kali Yuga, because those forms are Prema Murti, are the form of pure love, Prema. Krishna experiencing love for the inhabitant of Vrindavan, experiencing love. Just as inhabitant of Vrindavan love Krishna, Krishna loves them. Just as we love Krishna, Krishna loves us. This is one of the beauties of Bhakti, that is reciprocal. It's not only that we love God and that's it. No. You love God, God loves you. You love Krishna, Krishna loves you. He reciprocates. So the same feeling of the inhabitant of Vrindavan, the same feeling they are having for Krishna, guess what? Krishna is having for them. So he could not avoid becoming, feeling all those emotions. For real, not just imitation. So the last, as far as I can remember, the last occasion in which this form was manifested was many years after Krishna had left Vrindavan. He heard that the inhabitants of Vrindavan were almost about to die, specifically Radha. Radharani is Siddhadaya Pranaya Mahima. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir. She is a transformation of Krishna's love. She is not an ordinary person. Just like we have a pleasure potency, Krishna has a pleasure potency, and that the transformation, vikara, of that potency is Srimati Radharani. She is the personification of love for Krishna. So she was feeling so much separation for Krishna that in the Lila, Radharani said she was about to die. This is the beauty of the Krishna Lila. Even though the bodies are eternal, are spiritual bodies, still they have this emotion. Oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I cannot tolerate any longer this pain of separation for Krishna. And Srimati Radharani was in such a condition that even the animals of Vrindavan were crying. All the cowherd girls, all the gopis were around her. She has a very high fever. This is one of the symptoms of pure love for God, high fever. So it was so hot that they were putting sandalwood on her body, because sandalwood cools down. So as soon as they put sandalwood on Radharani's body, guess what? It dries and fell apart. They were putting the name of Krishna, Shyama, 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 in her body with sandal paste, sandalwood paste. And immediately that was drying and falling down. So Radharani, she was saying, oh, I want to die. So the air of my body will merge with the totality of the air, and in that way I will be able to embrace Krishna again. So I want to die so that the water of my body merges with the water of the Yamuna, and when Krishna goes into the Yamuna, So I will, as water, I will be able to embrace Krishna again. She was, it's saying so many beautiful verses that you find in Srimad Bhagavatam. So at that time, Krishna came from Vrindavan in a chariot. This chariot has 10 billion apartments. Imagine, transcendental chariot. There is in 11 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a narration of the Mausala Lila, how Krishna left this world, that's the official narrative. But there is another one. This one, Krishna, after 125 years, he came back to Vrindavan in a chariot with millions and billions of apartments. And there, when he got to Vrindavan, finally, to get all the inhabitants of Vrindavan back to Goloka Vrindavan, finally, he saw the condition of Srimati Radharani and the other friends of Vrindavan. When he saw the condition, the anguish they were going through, the pure love, he reciprocated. And what happened? Again, Krishna became Lord Jagannath. Again, he manifested it form. Again and again. So, and at one point during the Krishna Lila, there was Krishna was in Dwaraka, and there was an eclipse. An eclipse, and everything was going to be dark, 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 dark. And the inhabitants of Vrindavan decided to go to Kurukshetra, where the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. They decided to go to Kurukshetra because they heard that Krishna was going to be in Kurukshetra. So when Krishna was in Kurukshetra with all the kings, all his entourage, the inhabitants of Vrindavan got there. And everybody was embracing Krishna after such a long time. But the cowherd girls, they could not. They could not embrace Krishna. It's not proper. In the middle of everybody, it's not proper. But what they did, they began to look at Krishna with big eyes, trying not to blink, to take everything about Krishna inside their heart. So they were convincing Krishna, Krishna, what are you doing here? You are not a king. Take that out of your mind. You are not a king. You are a cowherd boy. What are you doing here? What are you doing here surrounded by soldiers, by elephants, by horses? No, you are not from here. You are from Vrindavana. That's where you belong to. You are not supposed to be ruling a kingdom. You are supposed to be running in the forest of Vrindavan, playing your flute, swimming in the Yamuna with the cowherd boys, playing with Mother Yashoda and Balaram. That's what you are. You are not a king. Why? Who put that in your mind? You are a cowherd boy. Let's come back to Vrindavan and go with us. No, I cannot go. I have so many important subject matters here to do, many things to do. So what the gopis did, they were trying to pull Krishna with their eyes inside their heart. They were trying to take Krishna, pulling him and to put Krishna inside their heart. So the point is, what this have to do with Ratha Yatra? So, when Lord Chaitanya took the order of sannyas, he went to live in Jagannath Puri. So in Jagannath Puri, what is the ruling deity of Jagannath Puri? Jagannath, Baladeva and Subhadra. Who is Jagannath? Jagannath is Premamurti, Viraha Bhava, the personification of Krishna's love for Radharani, for the inhabitant of Vrindavan. And who is Lord Chaitanya? Well, he's Bhaktavatara. He is Krishna himself, but with the feeling of Srimati Radharani. So why he went to Dwara, to Shankashetra, that's another name for Jagannath Puri, Shankashetra. Shanka means conch, Kshetra means the place. So the mystical form, the mystical shape of Jagannath Puri is like a conch. And this place is very sacred. In fact, our scripture says, Aho tak kshetra mahatmyan gardava picha turbuya yatra pravesha matrena nakashyapi punarbhava. Oh my God, that's what you say in Sanskrit, oh God. Aho, oh God, oh wow. Aho tak kshetra mahatmyan, oh that kshetra is so great. Gardava picha turbuya, that even the donkeys, Gardava, Chaturbhuya, they are seen by the demigods as having 4 arms, like the Vishnu Dutas. So when you go inside Jagannath Puri, it is stated in the Shastras that the demigods, the divine beings, they see you as an inhabitant of Vaikuntha. Gardava Apisha, even the donkeys, Gardava Apisha. Yatra Pravesha Matrena, if you enter that place just for a moment, just for an instant, Nakashyapi Punarbhava, you will not be born again in this world. How sacred is Jagannath Puri. So, but why Lord Chaitanya came to this place? Lord Chaitanya came to this place because, as we know, Krishna has many. Lord Chaitanya had a mission. He has a mission when he came to this world. Anarpita Sharin Shirat Karuna Yavatirna Kalau Samar Payitum Umnato. Anarpita Sharin Shirat Karuna Yavatirna Kalau. So, Anarpita, he came to give something that has not been given in a very long time. Anarpita, Arpita not given. Anarpita Sharin Shirat Karuna Yavatirna Kala Samarpayitum Umnata Ujwala Swavanti Sriyam. He came to give something that has not been given in a long time, that is the most sublime form of devotional service, Swavakti Sriyam. Anarpita Sharin Shirat Karuna Yavatirna Kalau Samarpayitum Unnata Ujwala Rasa Swavakti Sriyam. He came to give the most sublime form of devotional service, that is the devotional service in the mood of conjugal love. Anarpita is not be given. Anarpita Sharin Shirat for a very long time. So because Lord Chaitanya comes once in every Kali Yuga, just like Krishna. Anarpita Sharin Shirat Karuna Yavatirna Kal Samarpayitum Unnato Jwala Swava Unnata Ujwala Rasa. The rasa that is Ujwala, the most brilliant. Unnato Jwala Rasa Swavakti Sriyam. So he came to give this. But in order to give it, first he had to experience it. Okay? You cannot give something that you don't have. So we can say, how he has to experience it. He's God. Well, this is the Lila. This is the Lila. Oh, I don't know. I want to know what Radharani has. What is Radharani's love? Si Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidri Sobanaya Iva Swadyo Janadhuta Madhurima Kidri Sambeti Lova Shaukyam Shashamat Anuvavata Kidri Sambeti Lova Tadbhavadya Samayani Sajigatva Sindhu. There are three desires that Lord Krishna wanted to fulfill. One, to know the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love. Si Radhaya Pranaya, her love, Mahima, the greatness. Si Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisam. Si Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisam Kidrisobanaya Iva Swadyoyena Bhuta Madhurima Kidrisam Betilova. He wants to know what Radharani feels when she experienced his love. Isn't it? So he wants to know the greatness of Srimati Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that only she releases through her love, and the bliss that she feels when she experiences that. Those are the three desires that Krishna had that he wanted to fulfill in the form of Lord Chaitanya. So that's why he went to Jagannath Puri, because Jagannath Puri is Dwaraka. In our tradition, we see Jagannath Puri as Dwaraka. So who is Lord Chaitanya? Lord Chaitanya is, in essence, Radharani, the mood. And who is Jagannath? Jagannath is feeling separation for Radharani. So when both of them come together, guess what? This is the fullness of the coming together, Radha Krishna Milana, the coming together of Radha Krishna again, after so many years. The same Leela Vrindavan. So when Lord Chaitanya was dancing during the Ratra Yatra festival, he was experiencing all these symptoms, exactly like the one that Radha was feeling when she was in separation from Krishna Vrindavan. She was feeling all these symptoms. And when he was dancing, he recited, that's what you say, recited, a very beautiful verse that is not a devotional verse, it's a verse from mundane literature. And I'm going to read it for you. He said when he was dancing in the Ratha Yatra, by the way, when he was dancing, his devotees were around himself. They have three circles of bodyguards. So the devotees were around him like three belts. They were holding hands, one circle around Lord Chaitanya, another circle, and another circle. What to stop people from touching Lord Chaitanya. Because if you have to go, I was in Ratha Yatra once, and it's crazy. People when they are in Ratha Yatra, they go crazy. Oh, so when Lord Chaitanya was dancing in front of Jagannath, he was rather dancing in front of Krishna, essentially. So the people, when we saw this beautiful, because one of the weapons of Lord Chaitanya is beautiful, his beautiness, his beauty. When he was dancing, eh, so beautiful, and people were crazy. You read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this chapter, it's madness. People were rushing toward him. He was jumping, manifesting all the symptoms of Radha Baba. When he was crying, of course, he's the personality of God. The tears were coming from his eyes, and not like this, but like this, isn't it? He was splashing everybody around. So he was dancing, jumping above everybody's head and falling flat on the ground. Boom, like this, the chest against the floor. And everybody, oh my God, Lord Chaitanya is going to kill himself. Now he's the personality of God. He was completely mad in love for Krishna. So when he was dancing in the Ratha Yatra, he said this verse. Remember, this is not a devotional verse. It's a verse from a mundane literature. It said, that very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlight nights in the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of Malati flower is there, flowers. And the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover. That's what it's recited. Still, my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go to the place on the bank of the Reba, the river, under the Betasi tree. That is my desire. So nobody understood what this means. This is a sannyasi. And he's talking about my lover. What is this? Nobody understood. However, there was one person around him that was able to understand. And that person was Srila Rupa Goswami. We are Rupa Nugas, we are in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. So when Rupa Goswami heard this verse, what he did, he went to his hut and he wrote another verse, a devotional verse composed by him. And he put it on top of the door. So when an associate of Lord Chaitanya, Swarup Damodar, came, he pulled it out and he saw. And he was so shocked by what Rupa Goswami had written that immediately he ran to Lord Chaitanya. He ran to Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya read this verse, he was in shock. He said, bring me Rupa Goswami. Bring him here right now. Priyo swaham Krishna sahachari kurukshetra militas tata hamsarada tat uvayot sagama sukham tatrapyantake la madhura murali panchamayuse manome kalindi kulina vipinaya sprihayat. So this verse means Priyo swaham Krishna sahachari. Sahachari is a dear girl. Priyo swaham Krishna sahachari kurukshetra militas. Oh my dear girl, my dear friend. Priyo Soham Krishna. I have met Krishna again. Kurukshetra militas, here in Kurukshetra. So, do you remember when when Krishna met the inhabitant of Vrindavan in Kurukshetra? This is again, same thing, same mood. Priyo Soham Krishna Sahari Kurukshetra militas. Militas means coming together, from the bird meal to come together. Tata Hamsa Radha, I am the same Radha. Tata Hansara Tat Ubhayo, we are both the same. Sagama Sukhamna is very happy here. Tatrapyan Takela Madhura Murali Panchama, you say, however, this is not completely what I want. What I want is Tatrapyan Takela Madhura Murali Panchama. I want to to hear the sweet note of the flute, the sweet note of the flute. Tatrapiam takena madura morali panksha mayuse manome kalindi purina vipinaya sprihayati. Manome, in my mind, manome kalindi purina sprihayati. Spriha means to desire, very intense, to long for. Manome kalindi purina vipinaya sprihaya. What my mind hankered for is kalindi purina vipinaya, is to be by the forest near the bank of the Yamuna. So when Lord Chaitanya got this verse, he called Rupa Goswami, and in a friendly, loving mood, remember, Rupa Goswami is a mandarin of Goloka Vrindavan. He slapped Rupa Goswami. Hey, you rascal, how come can you know my heart? Just like when a lover slaps another, his lover friendly, in a friendly mood, your girlfriend, like, boom, you shameless, don't touch me, please. The Lord Chaitanya, boom. How can you know my heart? This is very intimate. Nobody knows what I'm saying. How come you know that? Thus, we are followers of Rupa Goswami because he knows the heart of Lord Chaitanya. So, the meaning is that when we are in Ratra Yatra, our mood should be the same mood that the inhabitant of Vrindavan had in Kurukshetra. When we are pulling the car of Lord Jagannath, what we are doing is praying to pull Krishna back into our heart. That is the Ratra Yatra mood for our Sampradaya, our school, Gaudiya Sampradaya. When you are pulling the Ratra Yatra car, you are pulling Krishna, praying to Krishna, please come back to my heart. Please come back to my heart. This is the mood of Ratra Yatra. So, and thanks to the effort of some devotees, and especially Jayadras Prabhu, we're going to have this opportunity next Sunday. Please come, because you're going to be performing the same activity, hopefully with the same mood that the inhabitant of Vrindavan had when they met Krishna at Kurukshetra. Please come back to my heart. That is the mood of Ratra Yatra. Okay, thank you very much. But it's getting late. You have any questions? Sí. Por ahí. Preguntarle a Eker, what time is the Ratra Yatra on Sunday? What time it is? Let me ask you.